What's going on, guys? Check it out right here. Watering my little garden. Looking all nice, perfect, without defect. You know, hope you guys are having a good day. I want to let you know that guardian angels, the Most High God is with you. The Most High God, the Most High God, the God, the end and the beginning, the Alpha and the Omega. You know, praying for your families. He put a hedge of protection around them, that He protects them from all demonic predators roaming the earth, seeking the ruin of human souls. Oh, we humbly pray you do. And you know, God is good to those who do good things, and those who have bad intentions and deprived of their mind, they pay the consequences for everything they do and say, because whatever's done in the dark always comes to the light. Whatever's whispered in the inner rooms will be made known. You know, because God is the God of the heavenly light. God is the God who never sleeps nor slumbers. Psalms 121. So we know that us doing the will of God, you know, the righteous, you know, we're always gonna have ups and downs. But one thing we must know is that we will be victorious, bro, against any snares, any traps and snares that, you know, God is here for us. You know, when you put your mind to something, you will achieve. When you set your mind on something, you will achieve. When you seek the truth, and you say it shall be open. Knock and it shall be the word of God. There's no more. You know, see, our prophets in the past, we're too strong. We're too strong. We're too powerful. Those out there, they're not. They're just mere men. You know. And we know how God takes care of them. Have you heard the story of Sodom and Gomorrah? Well, you got to know that God is greater than those things. God is greater than all things. And you know, I will see victory. I will see all the doors answered, regardless of who has. They shall be put to shame. And that's the truth, you know. They shall be put to truth for what they've done. You can't hide from the truth. You can't run. You know, you can't hide from it. You can't run. You can't go about, you know, trying to claim things you're not. And I know that I seen it first and foremost. I had cases of demons who didn't want to leave. You know, there's cases of demons where they don't want to leave. They just sit and they invent ways to do evil. They don't want to leave. They don't want to. They start going crazy when you start telling them the truth, because they know the truth. You know, real men get respect, and real men get respect, and those who ain't real men, they don't get respect. You know. But there's cases, bro, of demons out here just roaming the earth. You know, just seeking the ruin of human souls. You know, I put my trust in the one and only true God, the Alpha and Omega, the end and the beginning, the resurrection. And we know that God ain't gonna let them have. They ain't, you know. You know, we already know how this story ends. We already know what took place. Plenty of times. A fool is a fool. You know. And that's what you must teach these days, you know, because you heard about all these cases about what these false prophets, preachers been doing. You know, there's several thousand, 7,000 cases of, you know, preachers molesting women, molesting children and men, women, and children, and us as a family, you know, we gotta stick together, and we gotta move them out of, because that's what God said, the parable of the sower. You know, God planted his seeds. He had his angels plant seeds. His farmers go plant seed. And he said in the nighttime someone came in and sowed in, and wheat grew among and weeds grew among the wheat. And the farmers came up to him and said, "Why, master? Why did wheat come up? Why did weeds come up with the wheat? and he said, it's the beast, the heathens. You know, he said, in the end, and the weeds are meaning his children. You know, they're different from us. Two different roads. You know, we're more divine, we're filled with love. We're filled with, but them, they're the exact opposite. They don't have those traits because, you know, you won't even believe what type of people they are. You know, you won't believe the people you're living around, the people that's in your communities. We know, first and foremost, we have the proof and evidence and facts of what have been taking place all over the world. People being taken advantage, persecuted for righteousness, and you know, but God said, you know, endure. You know, He said, don't be afraid, because the day comes when God really does come, because He is real, and He is strong, and He is almighty. You know, and us as children, the true vine, you know, we endure, and you know, we take it, and they don't want to hear it. I've seen plenty of times. You know, you're standing right in front of a man, and he's right there turning in his seat, literally spinning around and having a fit because he takes delight in what he's doing. You know, he's scheming, either one way or another. He's taking food for someone, he's taking the lives of people, and he's doing envious things and hateful things. So he's over there going crazy, because they can't hear the truth. Because once you start hearing the truth, you start going crazy. You know, they start throwing fits and rage. And me, you know, the family background I come from and the tribe I'm from, you know, God don't take nothing from no one. You know, the Muslims going around shooting people. You know what a Muslim is? It's a mussel. If you seen a mussel in the ocean, you open it up. It's a little shell, and then you see it in the mussel. You see in the mussel shell, it's a little dirty old nasty mussel, and when you open it up, it's a shell. That's what they are. They're immoralities, bro. You see what type of man is a Muslim? That's what it is, bro. It's a mussel in the ocean, bro. It's a dirty man. You know, you open it up. Come on, what can you compare a mussel to? You know, you can compare it to your tongue. You compare it to, you know, anything. You know, but what I compare it to is, you know, they take delight in adulterers, you know, fornicators, and they use, you know, the vessels of God. You know, they do abstinence with whatever they can, animals, dogs, and that's why us, we're aware. You know, we're aware. We're not losing. We're gonna overcome as a family. You know, because OTF, only the family. Only the family, because he could only judge for a man. Remember that. You know, he's the only one that calls shots for a man. You know, not this man, not that man, because he says he does this, he has this. That man has innocent blood on his hands. That man has done something in the dark. You know, he does deeds of the dark. He prays to idols. He does immoral things. Because only one man can judge you, and only one man. But at the end of the day, you don't want to have that mentality, because they use reverse psychology nowadays. So you say the Lord bless you. They're over there saying the Lord curse you on the inside, or the Lord restore you. And they're over here saying the Lord abolish you on the inside. You know, they have a mouth, bro. They like to run their mouth and spread all these lies upon the earth. Because that's what he does. He sows lies in our families and people's families' heads. You know, we go through hard times, and you know, God puts an end to those out here envious, doing immoral things. You know, because if you see in the back in the days, I mean, if you're from the old school, you know how it gets down. You know, the old school days back, the 18s, 17s. You know, it was the same thing. It was called the Dark Ages, and in the 18 Dark Ages, they were demonic. You know, they were cannibals, vampires. If you read scriptures, it says the days of Noah, and he really mean it. He said it shall be as in the days of Noah's, in the coming of the Son of God. And he was talking about cannibalism. You know, eating humans. You know, they do it in Pakistan, bro. And they got a legion of demons roaming the earth. You know, just seeking whatever they could do out there. You go out there, they'll be eating a burger of humans. I'm not lying. We have proof and all that. That's just the children of God and the children of the devil, children of the beast. They don't worship God. They don't worship. They don't have no hearts, no souls. You know, it's called Pakistan pagans, bro, out there doing immoral things. And you know what they love to do? They love to do is they love they love to prowl off innocent women and children. That's what they love to do. You know, because God knows the thoughts of these men. From God knows the thoughts of these men, and they ain't even close to our tribe or our family members. You know, not even the young men and the young men this generation. You know, you see, God has plans for a man, that for us to come together as a family, and you know, but people in the world, they're just destroying our family every other day. Everything's a hate crime, bro. They hate you regardless, bro. They hate me, and they hate everyone. They hate little kids. They're hateful towards anything, bro. Whatever it is, believe it, bro. They're out there roaming the earth. You know, it's not just me who goes through it. It's everyone, bro. They just hate you. They just hate you for who you are. They want to see you going through hard times, and that's the truth. You know, us as the advocate, as you know, the Holy Ghost, as our shepherd, our true God. He's the only one that calls shots for us. You know, I get out here, I do my daily deeds, and you know, I work persistent, and I'm doing what I have to do for my Creator. You know, for my clica. You know, my trago. You know, my descendants are gonna know that I'm doing the right thing, because hey, it's out there, bro. You want to go out there and you want to go. You go to a lady, she's a psychic. She says, oh, I'm a psychic, I could tell the future. You go to her and she'll pray all these things, and she say, oh, you're going to be rich in the future. But you could go to her and you could sacrifice something to her, a friend, you know, one of your family members, whatever, bro. And then they're out there, bro. Predators, bro. Roaming the earth. That's why I'm strong, I'm wise, and I'm way far beyond my generation, and way far. And I'm gonna go further, you know, because like God says, you know, the least, like those they're like trees planted by water, their leaves don't wither, you know. And so you go to her, she's a psychic, she's a sorcerer, she could do all these things, but on the inside, but once you go that direction, you know, it leads you only to the gates of Shiloh, the chambers of hell, you know. And because hell is a place, heaven or hell, you choose. But nowadays, you know, it's out there. You know, he said many false prophets and antichrists have come, and he is in the world. He's no one to fear. He's a man. You know, he's gonna fall. He's gonna feel the pain of all of us. Because believe it or not, you know, I'm not the only one that don't like him. You know, a lot of us don't like him. Tons of people, because we know what type of people they are. They're in the road, and you know, they're the ones doing all these riots and stuff, and you know, doing all these riots and all these things. If you look into those people's eyes, they don't have the Spirit of God in them. They don't have the Spirit of God. They're over here selfish, godlessness. They're just out there for one reason, bro. You know, to destroy, do whatever they can, you know. And me, I'm too wise, you know. I'm gonna continue on my mission, and I'm gonna complete everything that God has put in my mind, regardless, you know. I don't have to take that, because God is my witness. God is my rock. God is my light, my salvation. God is my, you know, my Father, bro. God calls me, you know. I don't have to fear. But the way they like the road is that, you know, they try to sit up in the communities and hide in villages, seeking to shed innocent blood. All through the scriptures, if you read it, bro. All through the scriptures, they try to shed blood for they don't just shed blood for a reason, they eat it. They don't shed blood for that, you know. And then now, you know, then they like to come at you they like to send one of their little sex demons at you. That's what they'll do. they'll send a sex demon at you, and he'll try to come and he'll try to get in your mind and fill you with all these thoughts and, oh, I'll give you this, I'm a prophet. He'll send a sex demon. But then a little more you're working with these people, they lead you right to death, bro. Where you completely separated and you're no longer. Well, either way, we're children of God and they're not. We're enemies. They're demons. But that's what they like to do. They'll send a sex demon towards you, or they'll send a false prophet, or they'll send whatever they can. They be aware of his tricks and snares. But you got to be careful, because those sex demons, they have records, bro. They on this hour they go out and they do whatever they can, though. You wouldn't believe the things that go on. But it's been going on like that for years, you know? And that's why us, we gotta stay on it. We gotta stay on it. You see something going on that ain't right, believe me, we went through these things, bro. We have our chiefs and our masters that watch over us, bro. You know? Because if not, every day they're watching over you. You go to the store, the chiefs, the guardians are watching over you, because that's how these people are. You know, there's power in the soul, you know. So they like to take the life, the spirit of God, whatever, you know. They're out here just to see you suffer. You know, not just us, not just me, everyone, bro. Everyone. It don't matter who it is, bro. They're just envious, you know, envious. And with us, you know, we gotta stay working, because we gotta stay working and keeping our mind and keeping our body healthy and keeping us going, you know. And we gotta stay connected with one another, you know. But God don't like those things. And then a lot of times God don't have time. God don't have an enemy. God don't have. What I'm trying to say is God don't like to see you go through these things. He don't like to see you go through hard times. But the way the world is right now, the last hour, all kinds of things been going on, you know, all kinds of things, and us, we got to continue, you know. We got to continue. You say you got to run, you got to move, you got to stick and move, you know. Don't fear those who try to come at you with these fancy messages and, oh, I have a degree, and oh, I have all these types of things. Don't fear those, because they're cowards, bro. You could tell right away what a man tries to put out. You know, he's putting out only what he sees, bro. Only what he can hear. You know, us, the righteous, we're gonna be way more powerful. We're way more advanced. We're way more stronger. You know, but if you take and you look at the population of men, you know, something ain't right with a lot of them, you know. But us as grown men and true men, grown men with respect, we know that that ain't the spirit of God dwelling in the earth. You know, that ain't the spirit of God. You know, that's the spirit of hate. You know, it's everywhere. If you look at these type of men, they're over here, you know, it's crazy, bro. And us right now, you see a man, he is known by his deeds from God, you know. And us, we're different. You know, that's what I'm saying. Two different things, bro. Hate, one love. We don't mix. Light and darkness don't mix. You know, they never will. You know. And like our ancestors, bro, you know, we're here. You know, we're going to see, you know, we're going to see the truth. You know, we're going to see the truth, no matter how hard they try, no matter how hard. God is my witness. God is my witness. God is my guardian. God is my God. He's my angel. And then he says that I don't associate with those. God said don't consent with those. God said don't have no consent with them. Don't listen to the lies they put in your head. You know, don't listen to the things they try to do to you. You know, don't listen. No matter how hard they try, you know, God already seen you the future. God already sees things ahead of time, and He said don't fear. But we know that all through our life, You know, we conquered. We achieved. You know, we achieved. We conquered. And we know that they can't. We know that they can't. You know, they can't. They can't. They can't. They can't defeat our army. They can't defeat our army. They can't defeat our family. You know, all they could do is mock and try to throw shots and snares. But they're not gonna come in our courts, in our churches, in our communities no more. No more Akala, none of that. You know? We don't accept those things, and we don't want you to and me, you know, because the way I grow up, you see, I'm a man. You see, a man will always be a man. And don't let no one take that from you. You know, don't let no one try to come and try to throw you off, your throw you off balance or throw a shot. I'm a man, and I'll always be a man, and I'll always have my head held high, no matter where I'm at. You know, the Lord is my witness. We preach it, we practice it, and we're righteous till the day comes. You know, when He comes and He opens up doors for us. You know, right in front of the faces. He said, right in front of the face of the people who've been beating you down. They persecute you. They like to persecute you. They like to see you suffer. You know, it's in the Bible. They persecute you. They like to see you suffer. They like to see you go through hard times. They like to. That's what they were. You know, and then they like to lie and spread lies. You know, saying all these types of things. Saying, oh, I'll tell you one. For instance, they say the white man raped all the Indian women, and then they go and say all types of other manipulation and brainwash of things that ain't even right. You know. But that's the truth, you know. I speak it, and I live it, because I'm gonna see, you know, God, you know, take all these things out of my life. What don't belong there, all these thoughts that they've been sowing in people's heads, and all the way the society's set up, you know, all those who suffered and been hurt and been going through hard times, you know. All those who suffered, been hurt, going through hard times, God is gonna come, and He's gonna fix all that, no matter how hard and how hateful they are. You know, we at the end of the day, you know, we will. He said, you will triumph, because greater is He that is in you in the road. They will persecute you. They will try to bully you. They will try to hurt you, and they will try to keep everything from you. You know. They don't want you having nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't want you to they want you dead. Didn't you hear the story about every time you wake up in the morning, every demon in the road gets a migraine headache? Because you're a child of God. You know, they don't want that to happen. You know, they don't want you to be happy. They don't want that. They like to persecute you. They like to torment people. You know, whatever they could get their hands on, bro. They've done it, bro. Nasty men. You know, you should see, bro. Cause you should see back in the days, even back in the days, bro. Back in the Nuevo Testament, it was horrible. It was horrible when God came into the road. When God came into the road, when He came to second, there's witches running around. Cannibals running around, big old warlocks and stuff, all over the earth, and we defeated them. But their spirits are still in the road. And then they have just a couple out here. They have a couple that are out here roaming the earth, you know. But us, we're too strong for them. We're too strong. And my family, you know, I serve the Lord. You know, I serve the one and only true Lord. I'm not using His name in vain. I'm not blaspheming Him. I ain't got no worries, because I know that my God already won those victories, bro. You know, Chief Peter, Chief Peter, Isaiah, Jeremiah, they're still all around protecting you, you know, being here for you. You know, because in the Nuevo Testament, there was witches out there, bro. And there were man witches, bro. Have you ever seen, there are man witches, a man transgender. There are man witches, there are cannibals. They're out here roaming the earth. And that's why we got to be safe, you know. We got to stay stay in his promises, meditate on his promises, because he does keep promises. You know, he does, and he don't let no one down. You know, and my family, you know, we're gonna endure. You know, we're gonna strive, no matter if we grew up in the 9 to 5, working 5 days a week, you know, being poor, not having food. We're gonna be victorious. They ain't gonna hang with us, you know, because they sit back and they have all these things, but they're really big. They're really big old slothfuls. They're called the slothful, the lazy, you know, heathens. They're out there, and they're watching. They're watching whatever you do, because they want to take it. They want to take whatever you have. They want your happiness. They like to see you persecuted. They like to see you suffering. That's why my family, you know I got respect, you know, and no one can say anything bad on my name or my family. You know, we're victorious, bro. I grew up in a family of kings, you know, heroes, bro. Family of heroes. You know, they don't like you because you could be hero. You're a hero. They don't like that. They don't want you. They don't want that. They like to see you suffer. See you go. There was witches. There was big old demons, cannibals, the Persians out there, bro. They're still around. They'll just try to send a sex demon, or try to send one of those men who runs his mouth and claims he's some type of player, you know. But in reality, you know, we don't live that life, bro. That life is not for us, bro. God said, don't be like the world, you know. He said of the world. He was talking about don't be lovers of pleasure, you know. Don't store up treasures where rust and moth and thieves could break in and destroy. Don't be like this world. Those who make fancy, because believe me, they're out there, bro. They're adulterers, and you know, but they like to disguise themselves, you know, as just as us mere beings, bro. Just as us, just being on the earth, the face of the earth. But them, you don't want to go that direction. God said the path, the narrow path. You know, the narrow path. You know, stay on that path. Don't let no one try to come and bring you down with them, because that's how they want. Misery loves comfort. You know, if you go through the Middle East, if you go out there, you know, it's a threshing floor out there. You know, the Holy Land. There's zombies crawling around out there. There's cannibals crawling around out there, all for their own purposes. You know, they use God's word in vain, hateful. They like to see you persecuted, going through hard times. But believe me, you know, we're gonna overcome. We're gonna overcome. You know, as a family, as a tribe, you know, because the children of God, you know, we have problems, but you know, God is the one who solves them. He's our judge. He's the only one. He's the only one. He said every tongue and every tongue and every tongue and every feet shall bow. You know, you gotta bow. You gotta give the Lord all His glory, all His respect. But nowadays, bro, they hate you, bro. They don't want you hearing it. You go and speak it to a person on the street, they don't want you to hear it, bro. They don't want to hear it, bro. They say, I say, what's up? You believe God? I believe this, and that, or whatever. But you know why? Because they're demons. They're demons. They just don't want you to hear it. But then there's some that like to come and disguise themselves and use it in vain. We know who they are, and we know what type of people there are. It's the adulterers, you know, the Santa Fe, the beast, all of them. They're out here, you know, just doing whatever they can, while they can, until the day comes, he said. And it shall come on a moment that they don't expect it, he said. It shall come. So he said, in a moment they don't expect it, they shall come. And then that's the day that people get their revenge. The day that people get their happiness and all that. Because you don't want none of that, bro. You don't want none. You don't want to see, you don't want to see what people been through. You know? You don't want to feel the pain that our children have been feeling. You don't want to be in the way of when someone you don't want to be in the way of when someone loses their anger. You know, you don't want to. No matter what, you know, God God is too strong, you know. God is way more powerful than any mere being. Any mere being, any sorcerer, any psychologist, any of those who are sitting back, you know, thinking his heart, thinking about evil, thinking with evil thoughts, you know. God already sees it, you know. Oh, God knows the thoughts of all men. So no matter how hard they try to compete with you, or they try to do, or they try to compete with you or your tribe, you know that God already seen the thoughts, bro. We don't have no reason, you know, because we know right from wrong. We know what's right from wrong. We know right from wrong as a man, as a being, you know. But them, they don't. They know what they've been doing because they've been doing it for years. They've been doing it for years. They've been doing it for longer than you think, you know. I know the truth because God predicted, bro, what type of men they were, bro. God seen it, bro. All his prophets, Daniel, you know, we don't get along with him. You know, you just can't just sit and eat at the table of you can't eat at the table, hold hands with God and the beast. You can't sit and eat with demons and sit and eat with God. You can't drink. God said, don't drink from no one's cup. He said, only drink from my cup. Don't drink from no one's cup. Only drink from my cup. Don't drink from no one. Don't eat with no one. You know, he said, only me. You know, meaning the cup, his cup is that you drink from his cup. You know, that's his vine, his children. You know, I could go and go and go. I could go and go and go. But that's because that's the way it is. You know, that's the way it is. You know, we know how this. They've been doing it for years, bro. You know, they've been doing it for years. They've been out here, you know, taking lives of innocent women and children. You know, me. I already have my family. You know, my descendants, my ancestors, bro. You know, I have God on my side. I have God on my side. You know, God is on my side to the end. You know, He's on my side, and those who ain't on my side, you know, they're gonna fall. You know, they're gonna fall, and you know, God is not gonna live with them no more. You know, we're not gonna live with them in our family. He said they're not gonna be our minor memories.